blessed love and peace in Rastafari. We are back at it. The bus does not wait. The bus does not wait. Um, so we have further time. How about that? Finish this joint up. I mean, it's basically the first part of it is already said. Um, oh, actually, it's not actually, to be honest, and maybe that's why. So to finish up what I was just saying again, particularly talking with Muslim brethren who don't look at me as Muslim and look at me as sellout or fake or puppet or whatever else. And me having, as a person, and us, kinfolk around me, having less long time standing within the Ummah for it to be recognized otherwise. And when getting into talking about Quran and Sunnah, kinfolk actually don't care about that. They're on their politics, and so they just dive deep into the entrenchments and to the historic teachers that are in those entrenchments too, and there's no fighting that. And so we have to walk on faith, walk with God, step on faith, and trust in Allah, trust in God, trust in Elohim, trust in the Tao, trust in ourselves as much as possible in practicing the teachings. So, and we know within the Ummah there are righteous, there is truth, and that all that balances. It's not always a guarantee, but it balances. So, what we are what we strive for, and what we invest within, is moderation, moderate minds, people who still have those capacities to reason and acknowledge honesty. Listen to the teachings that say investigate, investigate, investigate. Be honest, be fair in that investigation. Don't covet the things or the perceived things. Don't attach yourselves to oppressors and false witnesses and enslavers. Even enslavers. But be just. Those are the teachings, and we trust that we do that. At the very least, to the point of kinfolk, even the most militant, recognizing the necessity of questioning us directly before making that hit call for their own sake. Because when they're honest, they're going to encounter things that they don't have answers to. And they know they will have to answer. So again, it's not for us to impose that. We don't have no guns. We ain't got no weapons. We walk with God and we step on faith. Now, the other thing I had to say, that's concerning Muslim brethren and sisterin, hard eyes, kinfolk just making, it wasn't even like this a year ago when I'm wearing the tzitzit. It wasn't the hard eyes, it wasn't the evil looks, and not calling kinfolk evil, but you know what the evil look is? The evil eye, just looking at hard gritting people from looking at the tzitzit. It wasn't this way a year ago. And so that's on other kinfolk, because we do the same thing we've been doing for years, truth be told. So we see the effect that the propaganda has, that the binary has, and otherwise. And that's what's troubling, because it's difficult to see what's in cats' heads, what the hostility is, all right? And we can't bother ourselves too much about it either, because we know it's all bullshit anyways. So, one of the considerations when kinfolk, and it's the soldiers, it's the ignorant kinfolk who are looking for badges, who are the most susceptible and doing stupid shit, even on orders from mid-level sergeants or whatever. But the basic simplicity of it is, if cats want to just call it out, say, well, you're for Israel, da 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 da. one, get your facts straight. We're for truth. We're for the Most High. So get your facts straight first. But again, cats don't care about facts. Cats care about position and badges and conquest. So cats aren't ready, don't have that tendency, don't have that coming like with that hostility or antagonism, are less interested in actually having a discussion or reasoning. It's just a matter of, it's not even a matter of debate, it's just a matter of conquest, and just taking as many shots as possible. So, but in that process, here's what we share in response. Kinfolk want to get into that topic about it. First we say this, hold up, before we get into anything, how about this? Are you a U.S. citizen? And we anticipate most likely kinfolk say yes. If not a U.S. citizen, maybe a citizen of another republic that is attached to the United States. But either way, let's just roll with the presumption of U.S. citizen, okay? I'm not a U.S. citizen. I'll speak for myself. I'm not a U.S. citizen. And I catch hell on a daily basis because of that. And so you want to let go of that U.S. citizenship? Peace and blessings, bro. Peace and blessings. Just saying what's up. All right. You want to hold on to that citizenship, or you want to let it go? Because if you're going to hold on to it and the comforts that come with it, let's talk about the atrocities that come with it too. The atrocity that you're doing to me as a citizen to a non-citizen. Before you start talking about what you think I should be doing or what you think I should be believing and proclaiming. If you're just going to be logic about it, and you can try to scrutinize and challenge that proclamation of me not being a U.S. citizen. That's a symptom of the imperialism. And it is the unwillingness to recognize a solution that you have for yourself that is very difficult, that you don't want to do, and you want to pretend like it doesn't exist because you're too attached to the comforts. So cats very seldom get into arguments with us because there's no winning with us, because we're not trying to fight, we're not trying to win. And in the meanwhile, in order to get some type of semblance of victory, cats got to go way, way, way deep in honesty and let go of a lot of things that cats don't want to let go of, because when they do let go of it, they're not coming at us. They are too vulnerable to everybody else, all the other predators, and they start like, yo, okay, how we posse up now? When cats get delved down deep in the truth, they're not coming at people, they're not being loud, they're not popping off or whatnot. That's evidence of falsehood. That's evidence of corruption. So it's plain and simple for those who are honest enough to see it, which is usually youth. Adults already know, and that's why adults stay low. And they hire the youth to do the dirty work. It's an old game. On the topic of other republics around the world, it's all one thing. I mean, it's a collective corruption. But we don't have to get into too much about that. What I will say, the additional thing to share at this moment is that when it comes to the hit that we got on the Sukkah about a week ago, we receive communication of it actually being of the orders actually coming from within the Jewish community. That's what's communicated to us. Can't say, or I should say, how do I put this? We are precluded from specifically identifying, and it's not a matter of condemning the Jewish community, but we're just being candid about it. It's a confidential communication, so me articulating it may seem somewhat of a betrayal of that. However, there's also recognition of Emet, and there's no secret. Peace and blessing, Uncle. All right. I get high off the air. Peace and blessings to you, brethren. So, that's not much to say about that specifically. That's just the conditions. So, and it's not indemnification. It's not vilification. It's not a. I mean, it is in certain ways, I guess, but it's not a matter of like, it's not a categorical condemnation. It is what it is. And the other usual suspects continue. Um, as I'm walking along, two things that occurred. Two things. One, walking around saying peace to people, and a lot of kinfolk here who work. That's what the other thing is. Okay, who work on different facilities and services here. Recognize me and honk back, peace signs back. In addition, it's a blessing, and it's something that's cultivated through years of doing this. And I might not know kinfolk's names, kinfolk might not know my name or whatever, but again, the purpose of it is sharing positive energy and be like, look, I see you, and I support you, even if you're behind a window and I can't see specifically. Like, I see what you're doing, I see what you're on, in terms of providing help to others, whether it's picking up the refuse, the garbage, whether it's driving the buses, whether it's driving the shuttles, even the security and otherwise. Oh, yeah, we get into the security situation. We don't call security still. We don't call the police, but we recognize, things is nasty, and we already know things can change on the flip of a switch, one way or the other, with many kinfolk. So we don't sleep on that either. But all that being said, there is a connection in a relationship and a support, even just by acknowledging each other's existence, providing salutations. There's that positive energy, vibration that is shared. And that strengthens the experience of community. It puts people's minds at ease, even people who just witness that. It's like, okay, all right, I appreciate that. And it helps to balance the static and the hatred and the kicking up dust and all that other bullshit. So from all the different sides, the smiley-faced, imperialist, down-pression bullshit, and also the in-your-face, youthful, activist, totalitarian bullshit. Like, I watch my mouth because we got elders and kinfolk walking around, so I'm going to be mindful of that. Even though I say it, I stand by it, but this is a particular forum. It's not necessarily a forum where elders are going back and forth their appointments, and additionally, that need to be made privy to it. So, there it is. Now, the other thing, talking about service, people talk about native kinfolk going in the military. Native kinfolk going in the military and having the honor guard and everything. I mean, there's understandability. We know in the Native community there's the value. Well, this shadow just done the shade done bounce quick in that space. I posted up in the shade, I think. Anyway, whatever. In Native heritage, I gotta watch out because the bus is gonna come getting soon. In Native heritage, there's the honoring of the soldiers. It's a sacred thing. But when Native kinfolk are fighting the U.S. military, that's evil. To be honest, it's evil because the U.S. military is evil, and that's not service. When people say we thank you for your service, no, fighting the military is not service. And we got friends and fam in the service, quote unquote, in the military. It's not service. Going to a desert bunker, fortified, eating from an all-you-can-eat buffet of expensive gourmet food, and sending in bombs that kill women and children, that's not service. Sniping tank maneuvers, helicopter rounds, storming house fronts, and additionally, that's not service. That's conquest. That's imperialism. That's killing and taking from others, raping and pillaging. That's not service. Service is driving the bus on a daily basis and dealing with knuckleheads and cats that pull out guns and threaten lives and come out drunk and piss on shit and threaten people, and the bus drivers stay stoic and keep on a daily basis. That's service. Service is picking up the refuse, the garbage, the shit that people just take for granted. Oh, somebody else picked this up, and think so down upon people on a daily basis. All the garbage from the Babylon, that's service. servicing the plumbing, the waterworks, making sure people got fresh water to drink, that service, making sure people got electricity to heat their homes when they need cooling, cool their homes, and do all their devices and everything else like that. That service. Don't get it twisted, and don't fall for the bullshit. Because when you fall, when kinfolk fall for the bullshit, they get done in by the bullshit. So the stakes is high again, continuing and further. And just seeing how things are playing out right now. We also see the presence and the seeds and the works of the Most High as well, and we give thanks and praise. And we also have to be mindful of where we place our attention, because that influences our mindset and our sense of well-being. So it's on us, on cultivating the righteousness within ourselves, and then concentrating the righteousness around us. I'm responding to things that are experienced just in regular commutes or whatever. Explicit cats getting in the face and doing charges. Again, the hits on the home front, continual threats, continual passive aggressive threats, and youth that are indignant and seem to have no kind of scruples. Or otherwise. So we deal with these conditions and try to cultivate patience within ourselves so we don't respond with ignorance. Even when cats is all types out of pocket, ain't even got no pants out of pocket. Ain't got no pants out of pocket. That's how out of pocket cats are these days, particularly American citizens. Ain't got no type of pants pockets. So it gets frustrating because it's like it's just ridiculous upon ridiculous. I'm gonna get off these euphemisms now. So that's the condition, and we strive for patience and continuing peace and well-being for all kinfolk, and recognizing each one is suffering, each one's doing the best they can. Everyone is a child of God. Everyone is a child of the Most High Elohim. Everyone is wrestling with devil. And everyone is doing their best in that process. So that's what this is. Now, when we say peace to kinfolk and peace say back, peace say back, how about that? And kinfolk observe that. Understand, it's simply that. We are peace. With all thanks and praise to the Most High. And people see that. People respond to that. We can't take it given, we can't take that for granted. We can't take that as given. We can't take that as even ourselves. It's humble. And it's peace seeing peace. It's when it's peace seeing peace, there's respect. And when we're considerate, when we just think about others, make room. Don't try to take all the sidewalk. Not rush by on vehicles or whatever, but just respect people around us. People see that, and people respond to that. It's basic things we're supposed to be taught. I give thanks for the things my parents teach me, and there are things my parents didn't teach me. I have to learn myself, learn the hard way and otherwise, learn from my friends and otherwise. I'm gonna be all like, peace and blessings, brother. I'm gonna get off. Peace and blessings. All thanks and praise the Most High. Bless, love, and peace in Rastafari.